Hello there, men, and welcome to the Masculinism Movement channel, a place for men to be men and talk about masculinity and men's issues. I'm your host, Brian Krall, and today's video is on if you have been dumped or ghosted. Here is probably why. First, can I just draw your attention to the like button there? That is really helpful to the video and the YouTube algorithm. Thanks. Have you ever been dumped or even ghosted by a girl and she wouldn't even tell you why and you got no closure or even a clue of what went wrong? Did it possibly even seem like everything was going well up until right before she broke up with you or just stopped responding to your texts and calls? And now you're left wondering why and what even could have possibly happened or what you might have done to deserve this? This is a common scenario you will have to get used to in dating. And as a former dating instructor, I'm here to shed some light on the situation and tell you the little known dark truth about why this happens with women and that no dating instructors share with their audience because it just may sound too discouraging. But it's true, and you deserve to know this so that you can really understand, the dark realities that we have to put up with in dating here. So here are some of the possible reasons why women dump and ghost men without giving them any reason or closure. 1, she never liked you all that much to begin with, and she may have just been along for the ride because you were entertaining her. And she may have had fun with you and enjoyed herself, but had not been sure about her feelings for you that whole time. And as things progressed and you started catching more and more feelings for her, she was not doing the same for you and was just politely entertaining your advances until she figured out how she really felt about you and what she wanted to do, which is what has now transpired. She realized that she just doesn't like you enough, not like you like her. To keep stringing you along like that just would be wrong, but she likes you enough that she doesn't want to hurt you by telling you to your face that she doesn't have any feelings for you and having to see that pain register in your eyes. So instead she's sparing herself that and hurting you by ignoring you so she doesn't have to see it or feel bad about it. 2, she thought she could change you, but she couldn't. And she wasn't into you because she liked you. She only liked the idea of you and what you could possibly be for her. That would require her changing you and trying to mold you into the image of what she wanted a man to be for her, which she wasn't able to do. So since you are no good to her as is, she is just going to drop you and move on. Sorry, but maybe you shouldn't have followed all those female dating coaches' advice and just be yourself. When women don't like men for who they are, they like them for who they can be. 3, she is devoting herself to a more attractive or wealthy man, someone she probably was already seeing or talking to or dating this whole time, and who you were just a bench warmer for in case he didn't commit. But now it seems like he has, so she doesn't need you to hold his space anymore. And she doesn't want to be held accountable for any future faking she might have done. This is where a narcissist makes promises about a future that you're going to have together so that you will give her things that she wants now. She is just going to rip you off like a Band-Aid and throw you out and move on as quickly as she can, because that's what narcissists do. They use people up until they've devalued them and then they discard them. And after all, she has a much hotter, richer guy to focus on now, so she can't be worrying about you and your feelings for her. That's why she has ghosted you or dumped you without telling you why. 4, she isn't emotionally available, to say the least, about her mental health, and probably had mistaken her need for validation and attention and emotional support and need to be occupied with a desire for a partner. And now that you are catching feelings and going into relationship mode with her, she started realizing that she's too fucked up emotionally to have a healthy relationship with you. And she started freaking out about it. And since the prospect of having to talk to you about her mental health freaks her out even more, she isn't going to do it. Besides, that would make her look terrible. What would look better is her breaking up with you mysteriously, like she is superior and you are inferior, so she doesn't even owe you a second glance. Number 5, she is a narcissistic female player, and everything she made you think you had together was all fake and a means of manipulating and using you. And she had realized that you are no longer useful. So, like a con artist, instead of telling you what she has done, she will just disappear into the night. It's just what they do. They use men and then they discard and ghost them. 6, she actually thought she wanted you. She really did. Temporarily, that is. But you see, in getting what she wanted, it made it no longer valuable to her. And so she stopped wanting you and didn't know why. Confused about her feelings, she ran off with a bewildered look upon her face. You know, the one, that woe is me look that you see every woman have throughout every soap opera and romance movie and most dramas as well. Yeah, those are based upon actual female nature. Women's feelings are so hot and cold that it confuses even themselves. A woman may have even thought she fell in love with you and then out of love with you in a short matter of time. Their feelings are so unstable that this is simply to be expected. So, yes, a woman can love you one day and then the next be gone with the wind. She may even keep coming back to you and leaving again and again, over and over, if you will let her jerk you around like that. 7, she only saw you as a provider, and you either weren't providing as much for her anymore, or she found out that you didn't make as much money as she thought you did, and she couldn't expect as much from you in the future as she thought she could, or she found a man who could provide more than you. And of course, she doesn't want to admit that she was just with you for your money, so she ghosts you. Number 8, she is immature, has no communication or relationship skills, and the relationship wasn't serious and never was going to be because of that. So, of course, she would break up with you by text message for no reason and then start ignoring you or ghost you. Was she young? Like under the age of 30? Yeah, that's why. Number 9, she got pregnant and it's not yours. Would you rather she have stayed with you? Number 10, she literally forgot you existed because you were only a member of her army of orbiters, and she can't keep track of all of them. Oh, I'm sorry. Did you think there was actually something special between you two? What gave you that idea? Oh, she did? Well, I wonder why she would have done that. I guess that's just how she talks to every guy. She probably is one of those social butterflies who is flirty by nature, right? Flirty by nature. Yeah, you never meant anything to her, bro. Sorry. And then last, number 11, she ran away with the Clown World Circus to pursue some crazy dream that you are not a part of. This could be anything from moving to Hollywood, going to some liberal university, or joining the LGBTQ community, or whatever it may be. And she wants nothing to do with a white, cisgendered man like you. Women oftentimes will change their lives entirely on a whim and then run away from everything to go pursue some random dream of theirs. You just aren't a part of this new path, which will always be changing. So, it's bound to happen at some point. You understand, you just can't keep up with a woman like her. She has the world pushing her to do all kinds of crazy things with herself, to dream big and make a career path for herself and live her dreams, etc., etc. And at best, you were just a springboard who was there to help launch them towards, something that they wanted in life. But, they were never going to take you with them. Understand? So these are all of the main reasons why women dump or ghost men without closure. And of course, it probably didn't come out of nowhere. There probably were things leading up to it that you didn't actually notice. There was probably a period of her losing interest and getting turned off to you, or getting emotionally confused, seeming like she had to rethink things or something, And one of the things that many men these days don't realize is how much women view weakness and vulnerability as a huge turnoff. And they tend to view niceness towards them as weakness. So in the next video, I'm going to be talking more about that. But that concludes this talk. I hope I mansplained that well enough for you guys out there. Thanks for listening. Be sure to share your own thoughts and opinions by commenting below. And if you like this video, be sure to hit the like button and share these messages with everyone by sharing the video on social media and talking about these things too. And lastly, check out the links in the description below for other resources for your masculine personal development and living the life you want to as an independent man. And if you can afford to donate, please do so with the PayPal link, because your support funds me doing this work and fighting the good fight for men like you. And you can stay tuned for the next video coming out soon, which will be on how women view niceness as weakness. And make sure you subscribe so you'll be notified when that is. And until then, take care of yourselves, men, because no woman out there is going to.